Okay, so this is Unit 7, Practice H1. This is the law of sines. And for these, I recommend that you just make a little triangle here to mark what you know. Um, it definitely helps. And remember that your law of sines is just a simple ratio. Sine of A over A equals sine of B over B. Just have to identify what you know and what you don't know. You don't have to use A, B, and C. You can use, in this case, B, X, and K. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we have triangle B, X, and K, right? So we have, we'll just say B, X, and K, okay? And then we have angle X is 41. So this is little x. And then we have, this doesn't have B in it. So this is measurement B, or line segment little b, rather. This is B. So this is B. It's 32. Okay, and then we have, 41. Angle X, angle B is 19 degrees. 19 degrees. And it wants us to know each measurement of all the angles. Okay, well, we can figure out the other angle pretty easily. So this is a little k. Oh, yeah. K. That's a little k right there. Alright, so I'm just using black here. It's easy for everything. Oh, but I guess we're just supposed to figure this out. So we got to figure out measure angle k. Well, how do we figure out measure angle k? It's pretty easy. It's going to be 180 minus 41 minus 19. I don't have to do anything special for that, right? So 180 minus 41 minus 19 equals 180 minus 41 minus 19, just to be right, that's what equals 120. 120 degrees. Okay, that might not look like it on my, made up drawing, but that's okay. Not drawn to scale. Not to scale. That's my disclaimer. Okay, now we got to figure out what XB is. Right, so this doesn't have K. So this is K. Alright, okay. And this doesn't have X in it, so this is X. Alright, so how do we figure this one out? Well, it's just the sine of X over X equals, which one do we have? Well, we know B. We know everything about B. Equals the sine of B. Well, this is big X. Angles are big. With sine of B over B, and then we'll do. We needed okay. The sine of K. The sine of big K over K equals the sine of big B over B. Alright, now we just kind of solve for each one of these here. So, what are we trying to figure out? We're trying to figure out, yeah, I'm going to make the things that we're trying to find like red X. So I don't you can't say that, you can't tell the difference, can you? Not on this. I'll make it like, can you tell green on the camera? Kinda, I guess. Our variables B. There we go. Okay, so now we can I could invert them, I guess. Make the algebra easier. Yeah, sure. So X x equals b. Oh, I gotta switch back to back. Sine of b over b, and then times sine of x, and then it would be the same thing for over here. I invert it. Oh, I didn't invert it. Should have inverted it first. B over sine of b. Okay, and then this would be invert them both. And then sine of k times b sine of b. All right, now just plug and chug here. All right, so here we go. Let's do x first. All right, sine of 41. And then I got b, which is 32, over sine of 19. And then over here, sine of k. That's going to be sine of 120. Well, it's tiny. Okay, and then we'll figure out those answers. Get rid of my not to scale. Give me some more room. Oh, I guess I can write the answers up here. Okay. All right, anyway. So, we'll do 41. We'll do this part first, and then we'll multiply it by that. All right, so 32 divided by 19 sine. Equals, right? Then times, multiply that by 41 sine equals, this can be 64.5 is KB, also known as X. 64 point nearest 10th 5. All right, and then this one here will be same thing, 32 divided by 19 sine, and then multiply that by 120 sine. I didn't fat finger it or something. 32 divided by 19 sine equals times 120 sine equals, that's 85.21. 85.1. There you go. So there, it makes it a little easier when you draw it. Moving on to the next one. I'm going to pause it and check these messages that binged in case it was something important. All right, let's go on to the next one. Same process. We got ZFS. ZFS. Not drawn to scale. This time I'll make my angles orange. Z is 47. S, little s, is 28.3, opposite the angle. Z is 51.4. 51.4. And we've got to figure out everything else. All right, we only know one angle. Man. Well, we know two of these. So opposite. So this angle here, this is the well, let's do it like this. We'll do the sine. We'll do if we wanted to figure out the measure of angle S. Alright, so the measure, that's this one. Make it easier on yourself. Okay. Measure of angle S. We know one variable. And then we know two variables for this one. So that's your pair that you need. Okay, you know 0 variables for angle F. So you got to figure out angle S first. Okay. So we're going to do, we're trying to find out the angle, so we'll put the sine of the angle on top. Because you can invert it. You can put the line segment on top or the bottom. But this time we'll put the line segment on top to make the math easier. Or the sine on top to make it easier. Alright, so it's going to be the sine of, so yeah, it's going to be, we'll make 47. Yeah, make that black. Alright, so 40, the sine of 47. Alright, so the sine of z equal over z equals the sine of s over s. Okay, so the sine of s, is going to be equal to little s times the sine of z over little z. And that's going to be equal to, at least these, whatever, I'm not going to color code anymore. Alright, that's going to be equal to 28.3 times the sine of 47 over this is z, remember, over 51.4, and that's going to equal 47 divided by, the sine, no, I want the sine of 47. 47 sine divided by 51.4 equals times 28.3. Okay, that's 0.4. So the sine of s equals that, right? So I'm going to do the arc sine. I'm running out of eraser, so I don't want to write that down. Okay. So I'm just going to do, because I don't want to round that. I want to get precise as I can. So I'm going to do second arc sine is 23 point that. The measure of angle S is 23 point, nearest tenth, 23.7. 23.7. That's 23.7. Okay. Now I can figure out that one. 47 plus 23.7 equals minus 180 equals 109. 109.3. 109.3. So what is F? Alright, so I'm going to do the F over the sine of F. Sine of F equals, I'm just going to do like F equals the sine of F times the sine of S over 28.3. Just do the math all at once. Alright, so the sine of 109.3, take the sine of that. Again, we're going to multiply or divide that by 28.3. Okay, and then we're going to, and then oh, this is backwards. 28.3 by the sine of S. Alright, yep, so 28.3 divided by this divided by 109.3 sine equals times that's the wrong one. 28.3 divided by the sine of S divided by 23.7 sine equals times 109.3 sine equals 66. F equals 66.5. 66.5. Okay, there we go. Moving on to the next page. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. It's blurry. I gotta push the focus button. Focus. Yeah. All right. Jay and Lisa are hiking. They are 15 kilometers apart. They plan to meet at a sinkhole. All right. So we need to like make up our own like line angle names and stuff like that. We'll call this angle J. We'll call this angle L. And we'll call this angle S. So, and we'll call this line segment little s. We'll call this line segment little j. And we'll call this line segment little l. All right, cool. So, how far? Oh, don't lose continuity with me. Okay. How far does J need to hike? So we're trying to find the L. Well, first we got to figure out that angle. So 180 minus 17 minus 18 equals 145. 145. All right. So we're going to do length L equals the sine of L times S, 15 kilometers, over the sine of S. just do sine of, which is, we'll just do S over sine of S equals, all right, so this is going to be equal to the sine of L, which is 18 over 15 divided by sine of 145. All right, so that'll be 15. Oh, you can't see my calculator. 15 divided by 145 sine equals times 18 sine equals, that's 8, equals 8, nearest hundredth, 8.08 kilometers. All right. Twenty-seven plus 18 equals that's 135, not 145. 135. Let's do that again. 135. Let's try that again. All right, so let's see. All right, so 15 divided by 135 sine equals times 18 sine equals 6.56. 6.56, and that matches the key. Okay. All right, how far to the nearest hundredth does Lisa have to walk? So she has to do J. All right, so J equals the sine of J. This should be the sine of L. Sine of big L. Sine of big L. Sine of J times, we'll do sync that again. S divided by the sine of S equals sine of 27 over 15 divided by sine of 135. Okay, so 15 divided by 135 divided by 135 sine equals times 27 sine equals, she's got to walk 9.6 miles. 9.63 miles, so 6.56 in kilometers, and 9.63 kilometers. All right, so there you go. All right. Got to run an obstacle course. The obstacle course has measurements that are shown. The distance between T and X is 3.2 miles. 2 miles with that L right there. Write in an equation that can be used to determine the distance in kilometers between T and L. I'm going to also call that X. All right, so that's going to be equal to, been doing that all day. Then we got to figure out the perimeter. Okay, that's pretty easy. All right, between T and L. So it'll be the well, we got to figure L here is 180 minus 63.4 minus 71.6. L is 45 degrees. All right. So we're going to do the TL equals the sine of x times times 3.2, the sine of 71.6, 6 times 3.2 divided by the sine of 45. That's my equation. And that's going to be, that's my equation, and that's what I'm doing there. Okay, so that's going to be equal to 71 points, or 3.2 divided by 45 sine equals times 71.6 sine equals 4.29. TL is 4.29. Okay, and now to figure out a little t here. Little t here is going to be the t equals the sine of t, the sine of 63.4 times 3.2 over the sine of 45, which equals 3.2 divided by 45 sine times 63.4 sine equals 4.05. 4.05. Add them all together. 3 perimeter equals 3.2. Perimeter equals xt plus tl plus lx equals 3.2 plus 4.29 plus 4.05 equals 11.54 miles. And there you go. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Pretty straightforward, repetitive. Law of sines is super useful in the real world. Pretty easy. Just a simple ratio. Law of cosines, also super easy. We'll get to it next. This one. But not right now. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.